What is going on, YouTubers? Nicked Out Vapor back here for another product review for you today. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Uwell Amulet. Yeah, Uwell, they decided to go off the chains and do something a little crazy, a little different. You got to commend them on that. I think they did a good job with this vape watch, but we'll go ahead and dive down. I'll show you everything that comes in the packaging, show you how it functions, everything you need to know about this Uwell Amulet. Alrighty guys, so here is the packaging that the Uwell Amulet will come in. It says Amulet up at the top. It's going to show a picture of the watch itself. Uwell Amulet pod system. On the side, not much to go over. On the back side, I'll give it a freeze frame if you want to read any of this shiznit here. It's going to say black right here. So that kind of makes me think that they may offer other colors eventually down the road. It also states that it contains nicotine. I can assure you there is no nicotine inside of this packaging. Now, if you were to take this sleeve off of here, you're going to get a hard plastic case. So it is kind of nice that they included that. I mean, there's no information really. It's got their website information on it. Opens up, your watch will be displayed inside of there, along with all your other goodies. But I guess you could use this to store your watch or store whatever the hell you want to put inside of that little hard plastic box. Now you're also going to get this little attention card. It's going to be for the pod itself. We'll go everything you need to know about the pod though. You're also going to get an FDA regulations card, and you're going to get a user's manual that's going to show you a couple different languages and all that good jazz inside of this little manual book here. You're also going to get a USB cable for charging. And then the star of the show is going to be the amulet itself. I mean, the bands, they kind of remind me of like the Apple Watch bands. They look exactly the same. They feel the same on the wrist. But the watch does have some height to it. So that is just something that you're going to have to decide if you're willing to wear something that big on your wrist. Other than that, let's go ahead and separate the band and the pod itself, and we'll go over the pod system first. On the top is going to be your mouthpiece. Small little tiny ass mouthpiece. Kind of uncomfortable, really. It is. If you were to take your hands, put them on the sides of the pod like so, just go ahead and lift up and it's going to release that pod itself. Down on both sides, you're going to have gold plates for your connections. On the side is going to be your fill port. It's just a little silicone plug. You're going to pull that out, just blat your juice in there, plug the plug back up, let it sit for 5 or 10 minutes if it's the first time you're using it, and then just line the device back up and push down. On the back side, it's going to say Amulet, some discard information. You're going to have one solo button on this side and nothing else on the other side. Now, if you go ahead and illuminate the face, it's going to show you your ohms, your battery life, the time, and yes, it's only military time only. And then you're also going to see the date as well. Now, if you were to take the button and press it 3 times, you will be able to change the time and date. Now, the scroll buttons are on the right and left side. Right to go up, left to go down. And you can't see them on camera. The only time that I could see these is when I'm outside in like the bright sunlight. And you could kind of see where the buttons are. But if you just tap on each side, it's pretty sensitive and it actually works pretty well to change the time and date. Now, if you were in this screen right here and you got everything set the way you want it to be set, make sure to exit the screen by clicking the button 3 more times. Maybe not. Maybe I lied. Maybe you just gotta wait for it to time out. There we go. Anyways, that is about all I got to cover on the pod itself. It is a 1.6 ohm pod that sits inside of there, and I do think that that is the only one that they have available at the time. So now looking at the actual band itself, on this side you're going to have this button, and that is going to be the release for your pod system itself. As you can see, the little up and down action going down inside of there, That is how it releases the pod from the band. Now this only goes in one way. Your mouthpiece has to go in at the top where it actually has a cutout for. So I think they did a good job with the fit and finish on the way that this pod snaps in and out. You got the cutout on this side for your button on this side, nothing on the back side. The only thing I want to go over is they do have these little clasps right here, so you could take the bands on and off or rotate the device itself and put the bands back on. Hopefully down the road they come out with some different bands, not vans, just to do some little customization. Man, I cannot talk worth a shit today. Customizing options, I guess you can call it. And that is about all I have to go over. Like I said, it only goes back into the band one way. Make sure you find out which way the mouthpiece goes into and then just snap it back into place. As you can see, I got a couple scratches on the faceplate already. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump back up top. We'll talk about this thing just a little bit more. And we are back, guys. Back up on top here with the Uwell Amulet. A lot of controversy going on with this vape watch. A lot of people say it is targeted towards kids. I don't personally feel that way. Some people might. I just don't see any kids wearing watches. So, I mean, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and get into my 5 topics to go over. Topic number 1 is going to be design and aesthetics of this vape watch. The fit and finish is very nice on here. The only thing that kind of draws me away from this is how damn tall it sits off of your wrist. It's pretty big, it's pretty bulky, it's kind of hard to even get in the goddamn camera. But, I mean, it really is kind of big, and the fit and finish feels nice. The bands feel nice. It feels just like what you would wear with pretty much any other smartwatch. The fact that you can take the bands off, hopefully they come out with different stuff down the road. I think they did a decent job with the design and aesthetics. The pod itself, you know, if you were to just take this off and put it in your pocket, I don't see anything wrong with doing that. If you don't want to wear it on your wrist, it is an option. The only thing I wish that they could have done a little bit better or different is the mouthpiece. The mouthpiece is tiny. If you were to take it and put it straight up to your mouth, straight on, it is super uncomfortable. The only way that I find that is comfortable is taking it and just putting it like right in the crease of your lips. So you just take it. It vapes pretty good. I'm honestly astonished by how it vapes. And that's going to get us into some of our other topics. Topic number 2 is going to be the battery life on this device. Now, I've had this thing for about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, somewhere coming up on 2 weeks now. And I've only charged it twice. So as long as you use this the way it's intended to be used, you're going to get hell of a battery life. I'm telling you right now, I'm super thoroughly impressed with the battery life I get off of this device. Now, I am not carrying this as my only pod system throughout the day. I always have one of my other pod systems with me as I go out and do whatever I'm doing for that day. This, for me, is just for when I'm working outside or I'm working inside. I don't really want to carry a vape in my pocket, and I don't really have the means of reaching in my pocket, scrambling for my other pod system or my other vape or whatever I'm carrying for that day. This is very nice for that feature. Going out doing stuff, doing yard work, painting, whatever the case might be, it's super simple to just unclasp this real quick. Take a quick vape, slap it back in. It works great for that. As long as you're using it for that, the battery life is going to be astonishing. But if you're using this as your all day, everyday carry vape pod system, it's going to go through battery pretty quick, I would assume. It's only 370 milliamps. So you are going to kill the battery quick if you're using this as your only pod system. Into the third topic, and that is going to be the flavor and pull off of the pod system itself. I really was astonished, guys. I was baffled, really. I was kind of at a loss for words of how well this actually vapes. I don't think that it's the best flavor out of any pod system by any means, but the flavor's not bad at all. I think that the flavor is decent. I think it's just as good as most of the other pod systems out there, but you still have your flavor bangers of pod systems at this point. You know, you got, in my opinion, right now, the best pod system for flavor is the Samoan Pasito with the RBA section in it. It doesn't even come close to the flavor. This watch doesn't come close to the flavor of that, but I don't think it's intended for that. You know, it's intended for the ease of use to have it on your wrist. So I think for that functionality, it actually vapes pretty damn good. The pull on it is nice. The automatic sensor switch for the automatic draw works very well. I have no issues with it at all. I think that it vapes way better than I ever anticipating it vaping. On to the fourth topic, and that is going to be the price. And I'm like at a confused stage for the price on this. The main reason behind the confusion is because I feel like I know I could go on Amazon right now and search for a smartwatch and get something that looks like this, that is going to be smaller than this, and have a shit ton of functionality. Be able to hook it up to your phone, get notifications, you know, all these things that you could do on a smartwatch for that $50 to $80 range. And I think I picked this up for $45, somewhere around there. I don't know. I feel like people are going to think that that's too much for, it's not a smartwatch at all. I mean, it only tells military time. It does nothing else but time and date. I just wish that they would have put the price tag a little bit higher and implemented some of the smartwatch features. I think it would have drove people to purchase this even more if it was a smarter watch than what it actually is. That's my 2 cents. You guys let me know in the comments if you feel the same way. And on to the last topic, that is going to be, who is this pod system for? And in my opinion, it's for the people that are out there on the grind. The people that are doing their job every day, all day, painting or yard work, or, you know, just on the go 24/7. It's super convenient. Just snap this off your wrist real quick, snap it back on, and get your nick fixed real quick. I think that it is a great feature for a construction worker or somebody to that nature. I think it works very, very well for someone doing that kind of labor. But that's it, guys. That's all I got for you. I hope you guys liked the video. Make sure you subscribe and tune in for the next one. We'll see you guys later. Peace out.